to not be playing in Europe would be a huge disappointment. So we know how much it means to the club, the fans. Yeah, they're definitely two different styles of manager, and he's great to work under. It's another opportunity for me to learn of one of the very best managers in the world. Yeah, I look at my numbers pretty much every game from the GPS stats and everything, and they've been pretty similar and pretty high compared to my average before.
Well, Harry, it's great to see you this morning. It's great to have the time to have a little chat after what was such a great win last night. Congratulations. Enjoyable?
Yeah, no, for sure. Thank you. Any derby win is obviously very enjoyable. So it was a tough game. It was even there for a while, and I thought we'd come on strong the last 20 minutes or so, created a few chances, and thankfully Toby was able to head one in. So boys are feeling good. It was a good morale booster, and going into the last 3 games, it was definitely what was needed.
Yeah, you must have had a great mood at the camp today, this morning. You know, that's when you don't mind doing a rehab and a warm down day, do you? When you've just beaten Arsenal.
I know, yeah. The boys we're all obviously happy, and all the staff, and like I say, it's been an up and down season for us so far. So it was nice to get that one in the bag, and like I say, it gives us a real momentum push now for the final 3.
How strange was it? It's been strange. I mean, I've been in stadiums playing with no crowd, but I found that affected me yesterday watching it. You know, the North London derby against Arsenal. Wow, it's about the crowd. It's about the passion of the game. And was that difficult to play, the North London derby under those circumstances?
Yeah, I think so. I think all the games have been difficult without the fans. But yeah, obviously yesterday, we know how much it means for all the fans, for the club. That special atmosphere we always get in that derby. So it was definitely missed yesterday. But we spoke before and said how important the game was, and there's still millions of fans watching around London, around the world, that we've got to perform for and try and win for. So once you're on the pitch and the whistle goes, obviously you're fully focused on your job and trying to help the team. But yeah, of course we miss the fans. We've missed the fans every game so far, but we got the job done, which was the most important thing, and I'm sure there was plenty of fans happy watching it at home.
I'm sure there were. I certainly was when I saw it. But there's something about, I don't know if it's because you're a Londoner, but what is it about London derbies? I know you nearly scored yesterday, and you've got a great record against Arsenal, but I've looked through the amount of goals you've scored in London derbies. It's quite incredible. What is that down to?
Yeah, it's hard to say, really. Obviously, I think when we play Arsenal and Chelsea especially, it's a massive game for us. Obviously, two big rivals. So I guess there's even more extra motivation in them games. And I don't know. Obviously, it might be being close to home, or it might be fans. It might. I'm not quite sure, but I always seem to do quite well in the London game. So it's just one of them stats you have kind of during your career. You're not quite sure why it happens like that, but hopefully I can continue that for
well, they're always spicy games, aren't they? You obviously get yourself up for it big time. Being a Southerner as well, being a Londoner as well, you know what it means I remember playing back there in London derbies, and I found it was 7 or 8 games sometimes, maybe more, and people don't realise people do raise their game against Tottenham, certainly West Ham and Chelsea, and obviously Arsenal over the history. So it's a wonderful record you've got there, scoring in those London derbies. We won the 3 points yesterday, which was vital to getting into Europe. And how do you feel about that? It's 3 games to go. Do you think they can do it?
Yeah, well, obviously we just got to try and win all 3 games. Nothing else we can do. Obviously, we're going to have to depend on results and other teams dropping points, but look, we've got 3 games that we feel like if we play to the best of our ability, we should win. But they'll be tough games, so we can only control ourselves. We can't think too much about it. This season, people have been beating teams from anywhere, bottom, mid, or top of the table. So we know teams are going to drop points around us in these last few games. So we just got to make sure that we take care of ourselves.
Yeah, and they're winnable games, as you say. If you get the job done and you play anywhere near that, like you can, they're winnable. But so it's there's a lot to play for, and the club needs European football, Harry, doesn't it?
No, absolutely. I think it'll be a real shame if a club like us, especially the last kind of 5 6 years we've had to not be playing in Europe would be a huge disappointment. So yeah, we know how much it means to the club, the fans, even ourselves to be playing in Europe is a massive stage. So like I say, we're fully focused on that. We're not taking our eye off the ball at all. We know 3 important games left, and we'll do everything to try and win them.
So obviously, there was a change of manager in the season, and Jose's arrived. Has it been a big difference? Has there been a completely big difference there on and off the pitch, or do you think it's sort of
Yeah, I think
dipped in nicely?
yeah, they're definitely two different styles of manager, and but it's been great. Obviously, we had the period where I was out and doing a lot of rehab and having to watch the team from the sidelines, and then obviously we had the time out through the COVID. So yeah, we've built up a good relationship. We talk very often, and obviously he wants to win. He's here to win. Obviously, there's no trophy to play for this season now, but going into next season, that's his aim. So yeah, no, he's great to work under. It's another opportunity for me to learn of one of the very best managers in the world. So I'm taking it all in and yeah, learning as much as I can.
Well, his record there is second to none, isn't it? And he's a serial trophy winner, really, Jose, and has got to be respected for what he's done. And getting closer to him, can you sense that? Can you sense that winning mentality that every Spurs fan and every Spurs player really, really is hoping that he can bring to the club, that he can win trophies?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything is about winning, and he's made that pretty clear. So there's times where maybe we haven't played as well, but we've won the game, and at the end of the day, that's the most important thing is the 3 points. So yeah, I still think he's looking forward to working on even more stuff. Obviously, he had the period when we come back from the virus, but even going into next season, having that pre-season, having a bit more time to work with the boys and understand the boys a bit more. I know he's looking forward to that as well. So yeah, of course, we've got to finish this season strong, and then I'm sure everyone will be looking forward to next year.
He played yesterday. He played Sonny up there with you, really, and went with 2 banks of 4. And we know Jose's done that with other teams, and it worked a treat. It worked quite well against Man United as well. But do you like the fact sometimes that you've got a partner up there, and that because there's a lot of times, obviously, you'll play central on your own, but having Sonny there yesterday, I thought there was some good pressing and some good interplay with you and him.
Yeah, no, I think it worked well. I think sometimes when you play out there on your own, you can get isolated during spells in the game. So yeah, I thought yesterday worked well. Obviously, me and Sonny pressing kind of their back three and kind of when their midfielders dropped as well. So it was a lot of hard work. It was a lot of running, but it was worth it. And obviously, whenever we got the ball back, we was there close to each other for the counter attack. So I think that's the most important thing is to have options whenever we do win the ball back, and I thought we done that well yesterday. Like I said, especially the last kind of 20 minutes when both teams were starting to tire a bit. I thought we kind of still had the energy to create them chances, and thankfully we managed to score one.
Yeah, I mean, from the restart, it must have been very difficult for you in the sense you had some what I call healing time for your hamstring to heal up. That was great. That worked in your favour. But to get your sharpness, Harry, it must have been so difficult to come back in. And I can now see you. Yesterday, I saw you getting back to your sharpest again. You were going in behind, and I think Moura hit 2 wonder passes to you, really. The first half one and the second half, I thought they were beautiful, Pirlo type of pass. And I saw a different Harry there. It must have been difficult for you having no group sessions during that lockdown.
Yeah, I think obviously it was the longest I've been out of the game for a long time. I think it was close to 6.5, 7 months before between obviously the game I got injured and the game I come back. So 7 months without playing a competitive match is a long time. So of course it's going to take a little bit of time to get that sharpness back and get the fitness back. But I worked very hard on my rehab. I worked very hard individually during the virus, and I feel like I'm reaping them rewards now. Even to be able to play the amount of games I've been playing in a short space of time that we've had to turn around and still be ready for each game and to play every minute of of them games. Yeah, it's rewarding for me because it shows that the hard work I put in behind the scenes is paying off. So yeah, obviously 3 more games now to build up even more and take the confidence going into next year.
That's incredible. People have got to realise that. I think a lot of people are saying when you first come back, they expect too much. But 7 months you've been out, a long time, and you can't do the rehab, and it was always going to take time for you. But yesterday, did you feel yesterday a little bit more prepared to go in? But you felt, to me, you looked sharper. I'm wondering if you felt that way. You were going in behind, and coming off.
I think the games dictate it. To be honest, I think personally, the way I felt pretty good from game one. But I think games like when you're playing Arsenal, where there's a bit more space in behind, the counter attacks on, making more runs in behind. So I think games dictate the way you play and the way you look from kind of the outside point of view. But yeah, I feel good. Obviously, I look at my numbers pretty much every game from the GPS stats and everything. And to be honest, from the Man United game I come back to now, they've been pretty similar and pretty high compared to my average before I got injured. So that's pleasing for me to know that I've kind of taken it even another level because it gives me even in a way it gives me more time to rest on other things. I've done some work away from the training ground as well, treatment wise and stuff. That's really helped. So yeah, I'm in a good place, and I think. I say as long as I'm feeling fit and healthy, that's the most important thing, and how I can help the team.
Yeah, I think it's been incredible actually that you've had no rest. I mean, you've seen all these clubs and there's certain players they get in rotation. Some are on the bench and get a bit of a rest and come on for 20 minutes. Jose's not going to do that with you, Harry. You're going to be playing every single minute, and the next 3 games, hopefully, you'll be injury free. That'll be there again for you. But so it's an exciting thing for Spurs fans to hear that you feel that you're hitting the straps now and that you're getting better and closer to your top form, and long may that continue. But do you see anything from the results at home have been better than the away results? Would that be anything to do with the no crowd, the preparation difference?
It's hard to say. I think we've had a pretty poor away record now for probably over a year. I know when Jose come in. The first game against West Ham away is our first win in I think close to 12 months away from home, and it's been up and down kind of since as well. So yeah, it's hard to put a finger on it why that's the case. Obviously, Sheffield United was a difficult game to take because there was a lot on the line. If we won that, we'd have been in a great position, and obviously Bournemouth as well. A couple of decisions that didn't quite go away in both them games, but that's the way it's gone this year, unfortunately. But yeah, it's hard to put a finger on it, but it's something we know if we want to improve for consistency point of view, we're going to have to start winning more away games.
Well, the three games now, you got the run in for 3 games, and it's definitely on for a Europa position there. And have you got a message? Just a final question: have you got a message for the fans at this moment in time with Jose, taking over and where we're at the moment?
Yeah, just to stay patient. I think obviously it's been a great run, kind of 6 years, 5 years Champions League in a row. But it's not going to be perfect every season. This year's been disappointing for us as players. Obviously, as a club, we're disappointed to be where we are now, and I know fans are disappointed as well. But unfortunately, that's football. The most important thing is trying to turn it around, and yeah, just to let everyone know that we're working as hard as possible to do that.
Well, that's good news for every Spurs fan out there. And thanks for joining us today, Harry. I really appreciate it, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Cheers, Glenn.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.